You no doubt have heard of a sit-stand desk, but have you ever heard of a sit-stand arcade machine? Well, our friends at Vizebo reached out to us with that very question and wanted to know if we could do it using their product and do it in our normal geeked out fashion. On top of all that, you actually have a chance to have this project in your home, but more on that at the end of the video. So, my geeked out friends, let's see what we can do. Vizebo's mission is to create simple, fresh, high-quality desk products for active people and also provide the best work-life integration solutions for the future. Vizebo creates a personal experience of a healthy way to work and play. Everything they design and sell is created to bring less pressure into your work and playtime by striving to provide ergonomic solutions. Vizebo has a wide selection of shapes and styles of customizable motorized sit-stand desks and accessories to fit your serious and creative work and pastime needs. Their creative design team is constantly challenging themselves to reinvent and improve on products. A huge thanks to our friends at Vizebo for sponsoring and collaborating with us on this most excellent project. I've got a big 4x8 sheet of MDF. And what we're going to do is lay those out on the table, and I've already laser cut out two of the details. We're going to call them wing left and wing right. And then we're going to take some measurements and mark up the MDF sheet. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I really suck with the skill saw and the jigsaw and things of that nature. And my wings are really precise with the laser cutter, so I want to use them as a guide. I also want to see this laid out to get an idea of size. Even though I've done a 3D model of it, and I've done some sketches, and I've done some renderings, I still want to be as creative with this as possible. So we're going to use this method to kind of make changes as we lay it out. Chris has stepped in as I'm trying to figure out certain dimensions of this thing and realizing that I wasn't thinking correctly as to where the legs of the table were going to be positioned. Without her help, I probably would have made this thing so that it was tip heavy on one side or the other. She has the architectural knowledge behind what she's done her whole career, and that really helps solve problems in the shop. Hi. I thought I was recording, and I wasn't. So I want to show you something. Come here. I'm working on all the angled corner pieces for this 2-inch lip that goes all the way around. I forgot to show you. And one of the things I'm using is this digital angle finder. We have a piece, and then there's a slight angle. And we also have the angle that's down here. We got to cut that angle as well. We can use the angle finder here to set in place, and then we lock it down, and that will give us the angle, and we can set this on our miter saw and nip the end off. And we've got a perfect angle. We've got all the angle cut pieces all clamped in place. Nothing's glued yet because the next step, we're gonna test fit our template, make sure we got everything right. Perfect. So all I did was get all of these glued in place. I gave everybody a little round over. I smoothed off the edges and I got both sides all finished up. I just cut some strips of 1/4" MDF, and this will give us a little ledge for us to set down the acrylic.
Isn't that the cutest little glue bot you've ever seen? I thought I was buying a big one.
Let's lay some acrylic in here. One of the most important aspects to the arcade desk is the arcade. Now, in order to do this, wanted to provide an all-in-one arcade solution. So we ordered one. Well, that just won't do, will it? I mean, we already knew that this wasn't going to be the final look of it. But it gives us a good starting point. It has all the games loaded on it, and the system is designed to plug right into the display. So now we need to, I don't know, take it apart and fix it. So the first thing we got to do is take these controllers apart. In case you were wondering, I did make myself a little cheat sheet that has all the colors for all the corresponding holes. This acrylic is 1/4", and we're using 1/8". I think I'm gonna take this lid completely out of the equation, and then we'll mount the box under the table, and then we can set our acrylic right over the top. The next step is to design this area where we're gonna put the monitor. We're gonna switch gears here, and we're gonna get everything sealed. In order to paint the MDF, we need to seal it. For something this big, I'm gonna use this jug of sanding sealer. The way the MDF is put together, when you cut it, the cut edges have the most porous area, and it requires the most sanding sealer. Otherwise, when you paint it, it just gets sucked into the material. Everything has a nice coat of sanding sealer, and now we'll go ahead and get this sanded and then reapply. We've had 2 coats of the sanding sealer, sanded in between, and now I'm gonna go ahead and prime it. I'm using spray because I don't want any of the lines from the paintbrushes. Now, while we wait for everything to dry, we can start peel and paint our detailed panels. I can't tell you how satisfying laser cut pinstriping is. It needs a base coat of some white in order for that red to stand out. Not sure why I didn't think of that. Spray paint was too much, so I'm shifting to a white ink. I have a little more control with the airbrush. This hasn't been the smoothest project, and ran into a big problem that I've got to solve. I've been painting, and I made some critical errors right out of the gate. I love doing the pinstripe, using the laser cutter to cut the pinstripe. And the #1 rule that I've found in doing so is when you peel off the area you're gonna paint, the first thing to do is spray it with a clear sealer. It seals the edges, the paint itself won't bleed through. I made mistakes. On top of that, I used my friend, the spray paint can. I layered it on pretty thick. You might be able to see the white got down into the grooves. It's kind of a hot mess. And we noticed that all these engraved lines, all these cool panel lines, all those cool panel lines we cut in, they're all but impossible to notice because it's all black. We're gonna recut some panels like a puzzle. And there we go. Now I've pulled all of these areas that are black. We're gonna spray those with the burnt iron. And we'll use that to help create
some separation and layers on these panel lines.
Okay, time to glue a whole lot of pieces together. Only 758,000 more of these to go. Okay, we're nearing the finish line. We have a few things to do, starting with this detail here. I went ahead and made a very easy box. There's a website called makercase.com. I'll put it in the link below. And you can make a box of any size you want, and it'll give you the files for it. Let's take a look and put it in the box. And all I've done is install this piece of white acrylic and then this grill. I think we're ready to put this thing together. We are up, so we're gonna drill all the holes and then we'll be ready to fire it all up and give you a final look.
I'll tell you one thing I really like. I like how easy this desk was to install. I can't tell you how challenging and how rewarding this project has been. It was a challenge to design and construct. The sit-stand element of this desk is really cool as well, and you can find all the links to our partner on this project, Vizebo, in the links below. Use our promo code TheSmugglersRoom to save money on your own purchase. Thank you again, Vizebo, for collaborating with us on this awesome project. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that there's a chance for you to have this desk in your home. And that's true. In the description below, we have a link for an auction for the desk. Now here's the best part. All of the proceeds for the sale of this desk are directly going to the victims of the Maui fire. So if you or anyone you know might love an awesome sci-fi desk that's a sit-stand arcade machine, please share the link to the auction below so we can not only provide someone with an awesome project, but also help all of those in need. We really hope you enjoyed this project as much as we did, and we'll see you the next time we build something out of nothing.